Hi guys, it's Nige at 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿𝗶𝗴𝗴 Estate Agents, and I hope you're well today. Hope you've had a great weekend. I want to start the week off really because we got a couple of doer-uppers, and this is going to be one of them, one of these properties that needs some modernising. And I'm in a little crescent actually called Wiltshire Crescent. So just in there behind me you can see there's a green area which is really attractive, some parking in front. You can see that double fronted property. I don't know when these were built. They could have been like sort of the late 50s for instance, but it is double glazed, it's gas, and then it needs modernising inside. There is no chain. Ideally it's going to suit first time buyers, people that want to do some work. You've got your entrance porch, there's a bit of dwarf walling there at the front garden, then you go in and it splits left to a dining room, then a kitchen. There's a bit of storage under stairs, and then there's also an inner alleyway which you could be used for the other door, which is another entrance. You could use it as a utility room. Then there's a living room which is dual aspect. You pop upstairs and you have 3 bedrooms, and then you've also got a family bathroom as well. It is double glazed, it is gas, and then there is a decent rear garden at the back. Now this is a brilliant chance to get a doer-upper. It needs some modernising inside. We have sold 1 or 2 others over the past, and we have seen what these properties can be transformed into. But it's Wiltshire Crescent. You know we're going to spin this camera around to do the tour. We'll talk about the amenities. Then I'm going to head in there with you. That nice little double fronted there property in Wiltshire Crescent is what we're going to have a look at today. Remember, it has no chain. It does need modernising. So people that want to get stuck into these type of properties, this is going to be absolutely perfect for you. Just see the front there because there's different properties over there. We saw a recent one over there that was finished off nicely inside, and there you can see that double front, and then this is called Wiltshire Crescent. Further down there leads along to Queensway. There's a school down there, and then if you get up into the spa you can head towards, say, the town if you want. You've got 𝘀𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏 surgery, spa surgery, you've got Oak School nearby. You've got different schools like the Manor, Forest and Sandridge, Lyric, all of there, and then you can get up to the A350, and of course you can peel off left to Bower Hill, you can get up to 𝘀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Devizes, or you can head towards Warminster, Trowbridge, whatever, on the A350. And if you go down the A350 you can turn left into Bradford and Avon. You could go right, and I think the stunning National Trust village of 𝘆𝗀𝗂𝗿 is about 6 miles north. Obviously our heritage city of Bath is about 13-14 miles away, and of course the A350, once you go through Llackham, or I should say on the way it's past to 𝘆𝗀𝗂𝗏, you can then head towards Chippenham, and from here a good drive, say 20 minutes, you could be on the M4. Melksham's got a host of amenities. It's got 6 or 7 towns around it. It's got the new campus, array of shops. So I think we've covered Melksham off many times. It's a decent town. This is quite an interesting prospect for people that want something to do up, because it's a slightly older property, but it does offer that space. It's ideal for first time buyers. You can see there's a door there, so we're going to start walking in a second, and there's also another entrance door there that can get you into that kitchen. So let's go through there and take a good look around this property in Wiltshire Crescent. Now, as promised, we're just going to walk a bit further forward. You see this opening up. You can get around Longleys Lane, which I'll show you as well, and there is some rear access. But there's that door, and that could be a little utility because that can link you into the back of the kitchen. Obviously there's a porch here, nice windows overlooking the front, and of course you've got a bit of a open area here with your walling. And that's where I parked our cars. So there's no allocated parking, but look, that's where people park their cars. Some have drives anyway, a lot of these have drives, so there shouldn't be no problem all the way around here for parking. It just doesn't have any parking to the front here because obviously you've got this green in front. Come through here, double glazed door, it opens up, radiator, and then it's going to split from left to right. You've got a dining room in there, living room there, the stairs go upstairs. Let's pop into this living room. You can see what I mentioned when I say dated. You're going to change the carpet, the walling, the ceilings, and of course then, you know, any other things that you want. It is dual aspect, so you've got those patio doors to the rear. Obviously there's a little electric or a feature fireplace there. I don't know if it's gas or electric actually, but there's obviously that chimney there, and then you could put recesses. You've got the old stone plinths and stuff there. And if I just bring the camera around, I do like these windows because they're proper picture windows, and they do let in a lot of natural light. And also the other advantages of Wiltshire Crescent is the fact of the proximity to the town and other amenities. Little sneak preview out there, you can see that huge garden. It's a really decent size. It's patioed. If you have a look at the neighbours' gardens, they've both got good gardens either side, and they're very well looked after. people tend to live here a long time, so there is no chain with this. So you can imagine there that the person that has lived here, has been here a long time, and now this is why there is a no chain scenario. Now, decent room, this radiator there. Just turn it around, and there's your living room. Come back through, and you've also got to think of the other decor as well, because you've got this type of mottled, or I don't know what it is, it's like a paint stroke wallpaper. That all has to come off. Somebody's going to take that off, change the carpets. And with my tours, they're very honest, so I will show you what you need to do as well to make improvements to the property, which will also add value to the property. Now this will also now lead you into the dining room. The dining room then opens up into the kitchen. I just think this needs to be opened up into one. You've got a kitchen there, open this up, make the whole thing one. You could keep it separate, I've seen it, but I don't see the point. There's your dining room, again, window to the front, radiator, sort the ceilings out, and again, so this chipped wallpaper, that's quite tough to get off. I remember taking it off as a kid when I was doing it for my mum, one of the chores I had as a kid back in the day, and it is very hard to get off. They've got a little built-in cabinet there, that will be staying, and obviously they'll clear that out, they'll clear all the other bits out, carpets in here, and then it just opens up into the kitchen. Now we've got a dated kitchen. Yes, you're going to have base units, high level cupboards. There is a integrated oven, sink unit, and again, look at the size of that garden. Plenty of potential with this. Understairs, I've opened this up for you just so you can see the understairs storage, and then you can see like it's a galley kitchen. There is a radiator to the side there, or on the wall there, door to the rear. And interestingly, when we look in there, that's that other door that I mentioned, which again, this is perfect for bikes. You could get, you can walk your dogs in, you can bring your shopping in this way. You can have other pieces of equipment in here. You could make it into a utility if you wanted to. It's just another area or another entrance way in. And of course, it takes you, there's your boiler again, to that kitchen here, and that door to the rear. Just bring this along a bit more. Let's turn this around. And there we have your kitchen. But if you can imagine this being opened up, I think you could then have a showpiece kitchen. I think then you would have your table and chairs in here. Open this up, some nice units. You could have a central island. You could tile it out. You could have underfloor heating if you wanted to. The state-of-the-art lighting, some cute lights. You can really make that kitchen into a feature. And of course, if you've then got the view of the garden and improve the garden as well, you'll have a beautiful showpiece kitchen, which will add value later on, because obviously this is price kingly anyway, and there is no chain. But look at the size of that out there. So even potential then to extend at the rear if you wanted to. Just wanted to come back here again so you can just see this walling here. You'd have to put an RSJ or just make sure that's okay, but I think anyone with imagination can do a lot with this property, especially at the right price. So that's the downstairs. Just remember this again, radiator, inner passage. Knock it through, keep it there, do what you want with it. This is a property to modernise, and then you're back out into that front. I love the green in there, and you've got that dual aspect living room. Let's pop upstairs to have a look at those 3 bedrooms and bathroom. And of course, as promised, we're going to climb these stairs. Up we go. Like I said, this Artex in paint is tough to get off, but somebody, you're going to do it, but you're going to modernise it. Radiator. Actually, this window is quite useful because as we come up here, you can now see the size of that garden. Look at the neighbour's garden. See if I can do that. You can see how nice it is over there. So some of these gardens are really nice. And again, if you want to decide, you don't even have to lawn it. You could keep it as a patio and gravelled. It's just that these guys have got it. But look at the size of this. And this is where I think you could extend the kitchen out if you really wanted to. Longley's Lane goes along there, and you can just see up there the road that takes you up to the spa. There's a rear access, but there's no parking there, I don't believe at all. The parking's all to the front in the communal area, but that just opens up a gate so you can walk out if you wanted to go that way into the town or somewhere else, etc., etc. Now, that's where we came up. Obviously, it's going to split left to right. I'm going to take us into the small room. Now, there are some bits and pieces that need to be taken. These will be taken over time. Single bed goes in there, radiator, window. It's a small bedroom. Neighbour's garden, your garden. Pretty cool. Come back through, so what you see is on the tin. Come back through again, and then we're going to go into the big main bedroom. Carpets need pulling up. Yes, there's a tree by the bed. I think it was her lucky tree. There was something, she made a feature of it, the lady, which did surprise me because I met the daughter. I can't remember the backstory, but there is a backstory to that little tree thing there that's hanging up there. Big bed either way, you know it's a big bedroom. Let's look how long and wide this window is. And again, we look outside to that front. I've always liked the Crescent for the fact that you've got that green in front of you. So again, you've got the proximity to the town and the schools, and then you've got a property that's cheaper. It just needs somebody to come in now, like they would have done years ago, and make this into a family home, or a home at least for themselves. You could be a couple, you could be a person on your own, or a family, small family, but decent sized room. So that's the second of the 2 bedrooms. Remember, we came up those stairs. That's that smaller one, that's the main one. Access to loft space as you'd expect here. And then as I bring the camera around, we're into the bathroom. Bit of tile walling, quite a spacious bathroom actually. So you've got a panelled bath going there with some tiled surround, low level 𝘀𝗶𝗶𝗴𝗏 wash and basin, 2 obscure double glazed windows just bringing in natural light. It's actually quite well presented, this. You're going to change it anyway. And then there's a little cupboard in here. You know what's going to be in there. Remember, the boiler is downstairs. Little ladder style radiator. As I step back here, it's actually not a bad bathroom. The Artex in ceilings, gross. Obviously we say it that way, tongue in cheek. It was very 80s, and that's why these properties are so popular, because most properties have been done up now. So when you do get a doer up like this at this price, they're very sought after. Let's pop out this bathroom because we've got one more bedroom. Again, a good double. Window, you know, is going to be to the front. You can see where the bed's going to be. And there's a little area here where you could even put a desk in there, because the stairwell's there. I mean, I've seen people build over these stairwells. You could put a cupboard going up, you could put a bed going here, you could put a desk in there, but it just gives you more space more than anything. That landing area is pretty good as well out there. So there's a lot of room really with this property. There's a lot of room downstairs, a lot of room upstairs. And that's just that view in the front again, which I always think is just worth looking at. And that's basically everything upstairs. So this is the second of the 3rd bedroom. Bathroom we mentioned before. Window, big garden, and then smaller bedroom. And I'll go back in here. Let's call this the tree room. There we are. Let's finish off by going outside, looking at that rear garden for you. We're just going to come back. We've come back down to go through this area again, and this is the area we said that you should be spending a bit more money on. Kitchens, kitchen diners, kitchen family rooms, really important nowadays. I can't overestimate them because everybody wants a bigger kitchen to live in, spend time with the kids. But this is then where you could extend it, because basically the size of this garden is brilliant. I'm not going to lie, it's a fabulous size. It's enclosed by some brick walling. I'm just going to walk further up here, because you can make little areas out here, patio areas, seating areas. And the gate is here, and of course Longleys Lane is just there, and then that'll take you along the spa there. I mean, you've got a little area there, but I don't know if anyone's ever used that for parking, but I can guarantee that's not on the deed. But again, it's not my place to tell people what they could do in the future, but it's not on the deed, so we're not calling that parking, boys and girls. But anyway, Longleys Lane, and then the rear. And of course then you could bring this rear out. You could see an extension over there, and what they've done, so they've obviously made their kitchen bigger. It does cost money. I think that you've got some old concrete guttering that will need changing as well. So, you know, the neighbours have had their concrete guttering changes. So there's still money to be spent on this property. You can't, you know, some people can't always do it, but it's the potential that it has that's the appeal to this, and the price. And you know, you try and find a 3-bed with this size space, land, and everything with the price that it's on at, you're going to be very hard pressed for Melksham. You do get more bang for your buck here. So just to summarise, it's ideal for first-time buyers, people trading up from their 2-bed, people that like to do modernising and they're in the trade themselves, they get stuck in. This is the one for you. Any questions? It's Nigel at 𝘆𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗶 Estate Agents. Feel free to give me a call. 𝘀𝗲𝗹𝗶𝗵𝗴. I do hope you've had a great weekend. It's the start of this week. I've got another doer-upper after this that I'm going to show you. We're going to get them up and running on the market, and if you are interested, please feel free to give me a nudge on that 707 342.